Continuing with the QGIS2WEB tutorials, today I will go over on how to use the filter widget, how to add an abstract, and how to share your web map using GitHub for free. If you want to learn more about QGIS2Web, I will leave the link to my QGIS2Web playlist in the description of this video. For this example, I'm using the same project I used in my first video of QGIS2Web. However, I have changed the symbology a little bit in my layer or my polygon layer, departments of Peru or provinces of Peru. In order to use the filter tool, it is important to understand the data of our layers. So I'm going to open the attribute table of both of these layers to review the fields and see what field we're going to use to create our filter in our web map using QGIS2Web. In the hospital layers, I have several fields. However, for the filter widget, I'm going to use the wheelchair. And also, I'm going to use the amenity field here where we can select by hospital or clinics. Now for the polygon layer, departments or provinces of Peru, the fields that I'm going to use for my filter are the number of hospitals, so we can see the number of them, and also the name of the province or department. Okay, so now that I have reviewed these layers, I know what fields I'm going to use. We're going to go to the properties of the project to add the abstract and also title. So we go to the project properties. So here I've showed you how to add a project title before in the QGIS2Web video number 1, but here I'm going to do it again. So we go into the general tab, and then this project title is what is going to create a title for the QGIS2Web map. So I'm going to call it tutorial QGIS2Web number 2. Now to add a abstract, we go into the metadata section. Before I go there, I'm going to click apply to make sure my changes have been saved. Now I go to metadata, and here there's a lot of options. You can even add your name, but I'm only gonna do the abstract so we can have some information about our web map, and this abstract is gonna be shown in the actual web map after we export it or publish it. Okay, now that I have added the abstract, I'm also gonna click apply and okay. And now I'm gonna save my project, so I have it ready for QGIS2Web. Again, I already added symbology. And I'm gonna open QGIS2Web, so I have it here on the tab web. This is a plugin. If you haven't downloaded it yet, you have to go to the plugin sections and install it from there. Again, I would recommend you to watch my video number 1 of how to create a web map using QGIS2Web. Okay, so here I'm gonna open create web map. And some of the settings are saved already here, but we're gonna make some changes. I'm gonna continue using leaflet as our option for the web map, and I'm gonna update the preview to see where we are. Okay, we can see the symbology is showing, and then we have the layers. First, when I go to the layers and groups, I'm gonna remove the cluster this time. So all the points will be showing when I click on update preview. Okay, so now after I uncheck the cluster, we're gonna go to the fields one more time. And I explained this before, so we have several options. One is just not label, or you wanna hide the field. So I'm gonna hit this field because I don't wanna see it in my pop-up. This is for the point layer. The only fields that I wanna see is the amenity, and I want the label always visible and in like next to it. I can always have the name of the hospital if it's available, and the rest of these fields can be hidden. Wheelchair, we want to show it inline, always visible, and I think we're good with this last two, hidden and hidden, so we won't see them. And for the departments or provinces of Peru, we want to see the layer. We also want to see the pop-ups, and the same hidden field for this tree is correct. we want to see the name of the province. We don't want to see the capital name. So, oh, actually, we do want to see the capital name too in the pop-up. So we can see the name of the province, the capital name, and then we're going to have this or field, the source hidden, and the number of hospitals we want to see it. So we're going to change it to inline label, always visible. Okay, and now we're going to leave the base map as visible, and we're going to go now to the Appearance tab. And here is where we can add our title that we added in the properties of the QGIS project. We're going to put it on the lower or the upper left. And the abstract that I created, I'm going to place it on the lower right. Now for the filters. So I mentioned for the point layer, we want to use the amenity type and also the wheelchair type. And we can see here the name of the layer is on the right side. This is the field name. We also want to have a filter for the provinces or departments of Peru just to see the name of them. So in this case is this one, and the number of hospitals, which is, where's the number of the hospitals? Here, number of hospitals and clinics. So I have 4 different filters and we'll see how it looks. I'm gonna leave the measure tool on. You can add a geolocate user if you want, so tell you where you are. You can also add an address search, and let's do first the preview to see the filter. Okay, so now we see our title up here, our abstract, our description, and we can see the different filters that we added. So I added 4 of them. One is a number. So let's say we want to see, doesn't really work as good as I would like it to work, but you can reduce the number of points. I wish they can have one that you can actually type, but this is just a dragging or a slider. It works, not as good as I would like it to work. And then if we do, these ones are for the name of the provinces. Let's say we just want to see a specific department or province, and then you can change it using these filters. Okay, another option that we can use is a layer search. So you can select one of the layers that you have and the field. Let's say if we want to use the capital of the departments of Peru or provinces, we can use that layer. And I want to make the layer list collapse. That way it gives us a little more room there. And I'm going to update the preview to test this layer search using one of the layers and the field from my project. Okay, so now to test the layer search, we do click on this binoculars, and let's say, so the capital of Peru is Lima, and this is one of the informations on this layer. So what it does is, yeah, it selects it and it shows you what it is. I wish I could zoom in. I don't think there's an option for zoom in. Okay, now I think my map is good to export. So I'm gonna go to the export section, and then you have to export this map to a folder in your computer. Then you click on these 3 dots, and then you navigate to the location where you want to save it. I'm gonna just place it in this folder, QGIS2WEB, and now I'm gonna click on export. Then automatically open the web map, so we can see that everything looks good here. And now I'm gonna go back to my folder because now I'm gonna show you another way to share your web map. In the video number 1, I show you how to share it by sharing the folder. So I'm gonna go to the folder first. Okay, here in my folder, I save this QGIS2WEB map within this folder, and this latest one. Okay, so as I mentioned before, in my video number 1, I show you how to share this by sharing the entire folders. Another way to share this is uploading it into GitHub, and then you can share only a URL link from there. However, you need to make sure that your data is not sensitive. This is going to be shared with the public, so I guess it will depend on the type of project that you're using if you want to use GitHub. But I'll show you how to upload your folders there and how to create a link and even how to create an account if you don't have one yet. Okay, so here in GitHub, if this is the first time you're using it, you need to create an account. So you click on sign up, and this is all free. Of course, there's some licenses where you can pay and have more options, but you can create a free account. You enter your email address, of course, your password, username, and the country or region where you are. After you're done creating or entering your information, you're going to receive an email with a code just to verify your account and your email address. And then after that, you should be good to go. And I'm going to log in to show you the next step. Okay, so I'm already in my account now. But now in order to upload your folders and create your link for your web map, we need to create a repository. So to do that, you go to this top part of your screen and click on create new and create a new repository. And then here you need to, of course, have a unique name within your repositories. So I'm going to call it tutorial QGIS2WEB. And you can add a description. And in order to be able to share and create this URL link for your web map, you have to have your repository as public. Again, that's what I mentioned before. If your project has a lot of sensitive data or you don't want to really share it with the public, this won't be the best option for you. We're also going to add a README file because then you can add information about your repository here. Of course, in this case, because it's just a web map, we won't have to add too much. But if you're using like scripts or type of repositories, definitely a README file is very important. We're gonna ignore. We're gonna just pass hit ignore, and then for license, technically here is what you're trying to say if others can use your information or not. You can select one. We can just do the general public license. You can also leave it as none. There's more information about licenses here that you can read. And now I'm going to create this repository. Okay, now that I created my repository, if I want to, I can use the README file to add more information about this web map because maybe later I want to update it. So you can add information here if you want to. I'm going to go back one step now. And it's already shared with the public. So now I'm ready to upload my folders from my computer to my repository that I just created. Okay, to upload your files, we click here on the plus sign and select upload files. Here you can choose your files and you can drag them to the repository. I'm gonna drag them right now because it's easier just because they're all folders. So I make sure I select all my folders and also the index, and I'm gonna place them here. Right now it's uploading. Okay, so now that my folders have been uploaded, you can double check that everything it is here. You can see the name of the folders at the beginning, but basically it's all the folders that we have in the local folder in our computers are now here. Okay, so now after everything got uploaded and I kind of verify that everything is good, I'm gonna click on commit changes. Yeah, okay, so all my folders have been uploaded. You can again double check that all the folders match the ones that you have in your local folder, and even the index is here, so that's good. Now I'm ready to create the URL link. And to do that, I go to settings, and now here in settings, I'm going to click on pages. And here in the GitHub pages, I'm gonna leave it as deploy and we're going to select one of the branches. In this case, the only option that we have is main. And now we click on save. Okay, this may take a few seconds, maybe a minute, and then if you want, you can even refresh your screen if you don't see it right away. But then you should be able to see this link, and then you can visit this site. And now here I have a URL link that I can share with others, where I have my web map and, of course, all the elements that I added to my web map. Well, that's all I have in this tutorial. I hope you're finding this video helpful. If it's like that, please give me a thumbs up, and if it's like that, please subscribe to my channel to keep watching more videos about GIS. Thank you.